Hey guys, my name is Jason and welcome to Jason for another edition. I'm not to the Unchanged Venue show. This episode is proudly sponsored by Satoshi. This episode is sponsored by Satoshi Clouds and Smiles. You want to get the best hairdo from nails to pedicure, manicure, legicure, pedicure, manicure. Every other spa, people did spa, hair spa. What else? Hairdressing. You come to Satoshi. He's Japanese, but we are right here in the city of Rio, and we take orders from whether you're in New York, New Jersey, anywhere. We fly our customers or our what do you call it? Our clients. No, it's not the client. It's like. It's a staff.
Okay, staff. Okay. Yeah.
So you're welcome once again to Jason's room. We have beautiful people in the house. I have the CEO, Sifon Bespoke, on my side. Say hi, bro. Right. We have Miss Annabelle Francis, #1 producer in Akwa Ibom State and the South region. It's good to have you here, man.
Thank you for having me.
Mrs. Ewan, you're welcome. It's good to have you. Miss Jennifer, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And the CEO, Satoshi. Good to have you, bro.
Thank you.
What's good, Pirates? We have Prince David. You're welcome, bro.
Hello.
And the one and only Esther Moore, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So it's basically cruise today, where based on the ambience we're having, based on Satoshi's fast smiles, I'm just going to ease everyone. There's not much tension, but before we go into the order of the day, I'm just going to ask Mrs. Enum and Miss Annabelle Francis. There's a few questions that has to do with this business you've seen, comparing it to your time and today's world, digitalization, social media. Would you say it's more difficult to leverage on reality and also social media, how you have to make a balance in business compared to the millennials, how we used to do it back in the day?
I like the Okay, so first and foremost, when I walked in here, I saw the fixing stuff. I was like, what's going on? What's happening here? And literally, I live on social media. My mother says, if you want to talk to me, don't send me an SMS. Go to my messenger and do the message for you there. And I was seeing before I see my SMS. So, and that is because today's world is looking like digital economy. If you have to make an impact in your business, your profession, you must learn to leverage social media because it breaks the boundary of oceans, the passport, the visa. I mean, I sat here, I showed her now, I had a call from, I don't know what is plus one, I think USA.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody called me just here to look for some bits of my smell for family. So we need to leverage on social media for businesses to thrive. And beyond that, you have to strike a balance, like you said, between social media and reality. Now, I have eaten a lot of food that I didn't quite appreciate because I saw it on social media. I'm sure you have the experience.
Yeah.
And it was so appealing. I was like, oh, I need to eat this food. And then the reality didn't match the social media effect I had. So there has to be a balance in social media. Like you were having this haircut now is beautiful on your podcast. But if somebody sees this in your podcast and comes in to patronize them, is he going to get that satisfaction? Will that craving, will that bearing will have the satisfaction? So it is more than just having a social media buzz of your business and your person. People should be able to come to you in reality, and what we experience is worth it. So,
Thank you very much, Mr. Nebe. Let me ask Esther more this question. because you're a social media influencer, is it possible to like keep it classic? You don't use social media and you can still make it in today's world.
No, it's not.
Okay, let's say I want to open a bar and I want to keep it in that traditional way, and maybe I have the speculated kind of audience I want, but I don't want to put it on social media. I want to use the idea of mouth to mouth.
Traditional media.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, if you have like a specific audience, right? I mean, like for example, we have I think Julie Syringe, and I think since that company started, I don't think I've really seen so much social media buzz for it. But they are making sales. I mean, so I heard, they're making sales because they already have their target audience. They know who their customers are and they know how to reach out to them and all of that. That's a very different scenario. But if you're opening a bar, well, like you said, a bar, not a lounge. you don't need social media for a bar. You need social media for a lounge. So if you want to keep it local, of course. But if you want to keep it global, you need social media.
Thank you very much. Prince, you have something to say?
On what we're talking about, huh?
Yeah.
No, I think she's right. It's all about the audience, and I think I'll be practical with you, right? There's this lounge / karaoke bar in someone by SK, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't even have a signboard. Never knew about it. It looks like someone's house if you're passing by, right? And then my sister stays in Enugu. My sister is people think I'm the one that is always going out because I talk plenty. But my sister comes back and she's like, oh, I'm at this karaoke bar, right? Let's meet up there. And so I drive by the thing 3 times. And she's like, okay, let me come outside. And so I drive inside. It looks like someone's house from outside. Like someone just created a karaoke bar. So it's not on social media. There isn't even a signboard, right? The point is at the end of the day, we all have niche markets, right? We all know what it is that we're trying to get out of it. Right, they are very exclusive clubs that people, in fact, even if you knew about it, you will not be able to get into it. Right? If somebody leaked it to you, you won't be able to get in without an invitation. Those people don't require social media. They tailor their market to a certain crowd. So I think social media is a good broadcasting tool, but not everybody wants to be broadcasted. I think that's the way we can put it.
Okay.
So if I have to add to that, we really have to take time to define this for people who are listening.
Yeah.
This works and you already have your market.
Yeah.
It's not when you're hustling.
When you just start.
You don't want to do
you
but you already have your market and you know that okay, I am creating this bar or I'm creating this business for these people and I already have them. So I don't need to, but if you're starting a business, nobody knows you. I mean, and meanwhile, those kind of businesses must be with capitals that are patient.
Yeah.
So you're not struggling to have your ROI. You're not under pressure. So I remember when they opened some lounge in Rio and I was part of the marketing team. It was a man's building. He could stay for 1 day and have one person be in front of the wine. And it's not under pressure. Do you understand? Yeah. But if you get a business space, and you're paying rent, you're going to have Nectar bill, and you want to run this kind of business. I want to be your father has money from somewhere you can plug in and run the business. Because definitely you're going to have financial crisis. So these things doesn't work for all kinds of business.
Yeah, that's right.
You have to look at where you're getting your funding from, the duration of time you need to pay rent and stuff before you choose to do this. Because business are run by turnover. So when you put it on social media, you have more sales.
No, I think, and I get that. And it also works for people who also have skin in the game, right? For example, I'm an MC, and I had a conversation with someone once, and he was out of town. And then we were talking about some of the people we admire, and I like Ike Osakibwa as an MC, he's one of my favorites, right? And then somebody who doesn't really understand the industry came and said, that guy is not the highest paid, he's not the biggest, I think Ebuka is. And you would not judge him because Ebuka sells himself more on social media, right? Ebuka is appealing to a higher crowd. But neither of those two are. Alibaba does not have to do anything on social media to be the highest paid MC in the country, right? There was a conference of African presidents, And I didn't hear about it until someone showed me something. I said, oh, Alibaba was empty. He didn't have to post about it. Alibaba's audience do not need to see him on social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, please, before I let Sifon and Jennifer speak, let me ask Mrs. Ewan with this question. So, as a legal practitioner, venturing into business, you get plenty things where we know you, and there are things you have an idea about. Like, let's say, for example, the legal issues that involve businesses and taxation. So, for a business like this, and I'm thinking they're new in the business, and people watching, people who will watch this, what would you have to say to them?
Okay, so I'm going to just focus on the business here. I think being a legal practitioner has also helped me in navigating a few of the potholes, there is the word potholes, that running a business in Nigeria would always bring. For instance, I know easily and faster how to get some licenses, some authorization, some permits, and it has also helped me to not be in default of those things when the government comes knocking, because definitely as long as you're a business person, the government is going to come knocking on the doors of the business. And for a business like this, the first thing you would have to think about, especially as taxation, is you're going to have to pay tax because you have a signboard put up. Yes. So I knew that, and I did not want to have that burden, so I don't even have a signboard. I don't have to have a signboard because I'm not selling per se, I'm just producing, so there's no need for me to have a signboard actually. But also cut some costs. Then you also have to pay for Ministry of Environment. You run a spa, it's actually under the health sector, and the Ministry of Environment regulates spaces like this. It's all like a mini clinic, as long as you are dealing on the body and everything. So before they come, you might need to go to them to say, okay, this is what I do. You come for an inspection, you see your space. It's not because they want to make money off you, but it's so that the space is safe for the people that are going to come in to make, to patronize, and also that you're also protected in case someone comes to use your service here and is injured or a health issue arises from that. So there are little things, that a business as this should consider.
What are the most likely issues most young businesses have faced with your experience?
Okay, legal issues.
Yeah, legal.
Okay, not having binding contracts or enforceable contracts with your staff. Yes.
How did you face that?
Did you face
that?
Absolutely, yes. As long as you're employing people, one of the things, one of the things that needs to protect you is from the get-go, they know the terms of what they are coming to do there and the expectation. For instance, you can have a clause in the contract like a non-compete or a non-disclosure. If you're into formulations of some kind, and it's something that you don't want the world to know, it's something just peculiar to your business, you need to make sure that the people that are working for you don't spill your business secret to other people, because then you're going to have issues in the market. A very big example is one of the drinks you drink a lot. I'm not going to mention the name, but nobody till date can tell you how it's made, because it's almost as if they've used something in the make of their workers, but it's just a simple agreement. So if someone now violates it as a business person, you can go after them and you're paid damages. In fact, the court won't even ask a lot of questions. Or the person worked here, they stole from you because it's seen as theft. Okay, pay damages to this person. I cannot pay. They gather everything they see around you and offset that. Non-compete is, you're working with me here. For the period you're working here and if you leave, let's say 2 years after, please don't do a similar business with me. Because if a person lives in Italy and does the business as you, they are going to replicate everything you're doing word for word. So you need to, those are the things I see lots of young businesses not take habit. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Before I come to Jennifer, say something.
I think the first thing that I would consider is not having a business register.
Yeah, that's
there
true.
There are lots of business owners who don't have documents to show that,
This is a business.
That's the first thing for you, because you can't do anything, you can't go to the bank, you can't take a loan, you can't take a grant without having those documents sorted out. And that helps you build on other things, non-competes, this and that. But apart from that, I also think it's a matter of people. Because in as much as you make those documents and you have those agreements, it's one thing to have them in place, it's another thing to have them enforced to the letter.
That's right.
In my experience, for someone like me, I make shoes, right? Even if I have a non-compete with my factory workers and stuff, the techniques for doing the job is different with me compared to other people.
Yeah.
So you can't even see the technique behind the scenes. It's only the finished job, and most of the time you can't tell up front. So what now happens, right?
Yeah.
So I try as much as I'm trying to have those legal documents up, I build relationship with those guys to a point where they know that if these things go out, we are out of the job.
Yeah.
Because if our competitors know what we're doing, except you want to be the one that will come up against us. At the end of the day, we may have something over you that will always keep us ahead. So always has to be a balance.
Mr. Satoshi, I hope you're taking your
So,
So,
let me say something. So, I reacted when you said, talk about contract agreement.
Yeah.
I think there's something a lot of young businesses do that is totally wrong. Honestly, if there's a contract that is so important, there's a contract we have with the land. The property you're using. Oh, Jesus. When you're using, find it. I'm not kidding. Ask questions. Talk to your landlord. I have trust issues, so I just go for things and no, I trust too much. I go, okay, I want to do this. Okay, it's fine by you. Yeah, done. But you said something about contract. Contract with the landlord is so important. The landlords can frustrate you. Like you'll be out of business for when you're looking for a way to start from. So talk to lawyers. As in, young people should try to get lawyers. Like it's not even a joke. If you have money to buy shoes and sell, if you have money to produce anything, that means you should have money to pay the lawyer and internship. You need it. You need your lawyer for every decision.
Sorry, and to even add to that, she said something. Relying on word of mouth agreement is something that I found out. I like to release everything into writing. Every single thing into writing. Not because I have the time to write, but because someone can just say, I did not say this.
Exactly.
You have no proof. I'll give you an example. So I noticed that she mentioned rent. So a young man in this town paid a rent, even though it was residential, to his landlord, and just gave the money physically. Now, the man will call money and say, you've not paid the rent. And the guy is saying, no sir, I paid you. The guy said, you haven't paid my rent. And the next thing, a bigger lawyer was writing, repeat notice on all those things. But this guy has paid. What was his saving grace was the day he paid, there was someone that was there as a witness. Now, this is not someone he knows. The person just came around and saw the exchange. So he had to hunt to find the person. But a simple thing that maybe if he had made a transfer, that's enough evidence that something has passed to that person. And if they had also collected a tenant and tenant notice or a rent, yes, to show that you have paid for this, that young man would have been kicked out simply. So as you have a business, deduce everything into writing. You want someone to construct something for you, please, you might be an illiterate, but at least just make sure that there's something that you can reference to, so that there is no back and forth, or I did not say this, or I promise, I did not promise this. It will save you a world of stress, and I'm saying that from experience as well.
Thank you very much. Miss Jennifer, I'm sorry. I know it's been like 10, 15 minutes, I've not said anything. You'd like to add something? Because I didn't, pardon me, I didn't really ask before the board started what you were into.
I figured. I was asking Blaze, what do you want me to say on a podcast? I kind of feel like I'm not even a business person because, as you said, you don't have a signboard. I don't do that. And even on social media, I feel like I'm not selling something. Though I have services to render to people. And I use social media to at least promote myself. I'm a little bit slow.
Does it help?
It helps. It helps a lot. But I'm not really big on it. I believe more on one-on-one referrals. If I MC and I host red carpet. So if I do something at the event and somebody sees it and likes it, I just believe in referrals. So if I'm to add to you, I feel it will go on your staff. The way they would behave with customers would bring more customers for them based on referrals. So aside social media and putting up a post, I think the way you react with your staff and from your staff to your customers will bring more persons for you.
You want to say something?
Yeah, so just to make emphasis on what she said, and I think it's very integral to it. You see, I've used services, so many services, and the one problem I used to notice was that what you see on Instagram or what you see on social media is not what you get. There's this funny stuff you see when you order on the net. It's very weird. I've had several scenarios like that, and even while setting up this place, we had so many challenges with interiors and the likes. But let's not go into that. So what I actually want to build here is that I want what you see on our social media as what you get. We've made so much emphasis on that, trying to train staff, trying to bring in guests. Like we are lagging behind in terms of recruiting staff, not because we want to see them. We want to get the right person who won't shout at the customer. I won't hear any news about something happening there. So I think that's priority, and that's what we're doing.
Okay, so I would like to add to that. When you're dealing with human beings, people will surprise you. So I have a friend who opened a same salon as this, just adjacent to where you are, and he kept changing people month after month. I'm not wishing you this. And at some point, I'm like, guy, what's going on? Why are you changing barbers like month after month? And it's like, this one will come and beg me. He says, I am like this, I am loyal. They look very sweet at the beginning, but give them a few months. They are human beings. So even if you find the best, I just want you to have an open mind. Something can happen. Human beings will just be human. Yes.
Sorry, that's why I said from the onset that for me it's more about the people.
Yeah, that's right.
That are working for me, working with me. Human being are human beings. Like even if you make a contract today,
Yes.
somebody can still show you shake.
Show
But
you
this landlord that got money and now comes out to say he
Yeah.
did not get money. But that's important.
Okay, I just want to say this. I just.
Landlord, can you show you?
It should be nice
Okay.
if you can do everything yourself.
Oh,
If you have the skills
So
yourself.
please,
I'm
forget like T.O. is sweet. The title, it will make you feel like Baba. But if your staffers know that they have a rap shit,
Yeah.
if they don't
I'm
come
telling
to
you,
work, nothing
man.
happens. You call everybody rich to your family. That's if they pursue you for them. That's reality. I'm serious. So please, even if it takes you, just disappear. Go and learn.
Yeah.
Because
And it's not the basics.
I'm telling you, just know the basics. As in, I said, okay, I know fit put flour, but I fit put the red for the fit manager. It works because my first business closed down because I brought some guy from Makodi, whom I thought was my brother. This brother dealt with me. Like the worst part was that even when he left my sewing shop, he refused to leave the house I paid for. So he was sewing in that house.
They are bad, you
I'm not kidding. He was sewing from my house. Now the second thing I want to talk about is see, you cannot please every customer.
Customers are not always right.
Not always right.
Thank you, sir.
Someone can
Thank you,
put
sir. That's what I was going to.
customers
That's what I was going
For
to.
real?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll give you instances. So I opened my business for like a week. So I know the reviews I get from people every other time. Like they even go on social media. It's not like they are doing film. They just talk about the food. And so this uncle called me, so he wants to eat from my place. Okay. He ordered for things, I sent it to him. He now called me. If he was my first customer for that business, I would have shut down.
More than the streets.
As in I would have, if it was my first customer, his review, they would let me say, okay, this product can be doing things, this product is not for you. Well, he dealt with me. What did you send to me? It is, you're too big for this. He said all kinds of things. I've dashed the food to my neighbor. So sir, can I shock you? The next day, the same person called me and said, my neighbor is going to eat your food. So what am I saying? Your style of haircut, the way you fix your nail might not work for everyone,
Everybody, right?
but it could work for. So define your customers. Like I tell people, please, I don't do Yoruba stew. I don't make stew, I do sauce so that you understand you want to eat but it's not here. The people that I cook for, they like it like this. Do you understand? So customers are not always
Not
right.
always right.
Please, just try and define what works.
Well, and if you're speaking on as a woman, with the things you do in terms of men, how do you balance your business with also sexual advances?
Okay, so this sexual advance is something.
Yes. You have opened.
Does
I
it
need
happen
to
to you?
turn my seat.
No, this happens to you.
I can't relate.
It doesn't happen to you.
Does it?
You see,
You're not being
it's
honest,
a good
man.
one. Sexual advancement happens even from church. Yes,
From your
we have to say from church. From church. Everywhere you turn to. So if you can manage it every other place, you can manage the business place. Don't you just draw the line?
Yeah.
Draw the boundary.
Be very fair.
Oh, sit down. Let me buy you a drink. Oh, I'm picking something for that man. He's soon be angry. Oh.
Thank you very much.
Do you understand?
Hold on. See, on that here. So in a situation where, okay, let me share an experience. So I think the first edition of the poetry event I usually hosted on Country Day, I had very nasty experiences from people that if I mentioned their name, the show will start back.
Give me their names.
Ready to break glass.
One literally told me, I've been into business for like entertainment for like 10 years. If I tell you an event is going to fail, it's going to fail, your event is going to fail. And at the end of that, he told me, come and see me in the hotel. It's in Udon government and
I know the person.
Stop that.
We know, right?
Well, are we mentioning?
we are not mentioning names.
Not mentioning
We
names.
have already mentioned name.
Okay,
No,
you
we are
know,
not.
I
We are
need
not
to-
mentioning
I need
names,
to-
actually.
No, of course we have not.
Then
Okay.
the second one was, I think the second
Do
edition.
you want me to do something?
No, it's not. Second edition, I managed to get through to the office of the wife of the governor. And this is me seeing governor's wife, seeing me. And the next thing, governor was asking, who is the next person? And they simply turned me back. Why? They said, you need to have someone to refer you. Like, more like a letterhead from somewhere, So they referred me to an office that takes care of what I do. And the man, in conjunction with another man, that are big people in this government, they told me I should pick a cab all the way from Uyo to Eket. I think that was when Onofre was having his grandmother's burial or something, mother-in-law's burial. She come there and sit there. And that was how that door closed.
Wow.
So how do you manage such a situation? Really, because it hurts.
No, if I may. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I think I'm not going to try to relate to what you're saying, but I will say this, for example, in every business, in everything that you do, someone will always want you to make a compromise for a deal that seems too good to be true, and sometimes, and this is for men and women, you have to make a decision and say, well, at the end of the day, if it's not for me, it's not for me. But it's not just the time. And I know that it sounds like a very shitty thing to say to you, seeing as I'm a man and this happened to you, but I will give you instances. For example, someone will tell me, oh, you have to do this, this, and this, or you have to be able to acknowledge this for you to get. I don't want to go into specific because it causes problems.
Yeah.
Someone will tell you, okay, for example, let me just even try and be specific a bit. I've been in instances where someone offers me something and they say, oh, compromises to my faith have been thrown on the table, right? Compromises to, let me say, home training, just to be able to now wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
And so to me, in all honesty, I'm comfortable with it. My spectrum of comfortability, let me put it that way, is very wide. I'm comfortable with a lot of things as it relates to being professional, as far as I'm able to see the bigger picture, right? But more often than not, I'm able to see that some people, it's not the bigger picture. A lot of people just want to be able to have that hold over you and say, oh yes, we were able to make you compromise, and so we have that over you for the rest of your life. So whatever your decision was, the decision you made was that my faith was bigger than the money. It sounds like a very painful decision to make. But the funny thing is, if you're ever in a room with anybody who had put you in that situation, right? You're the one who walks out of there with your held hand. your head held high.
As
Right?
as, yeah.
You're the one who walks out with the most dignity, and it may seem like dignity is not a lot, but at the end of the day, there is shame that devalues what you actually bring to the table, right? Because you cannot go back to the same people and demand anymore. You can never go back to the same people and demand anymore. So when you upgrade your value, they will always come back to you because you need you.
Yeah.
So that's the truth.
Thank you. And what you just shared is something very sad.
Yeah.
But the craziest part is that if you put 20 random influential men that have money and power, 15 out of 20 of them would want the same thing.
Of
That's
course,
true.
18.
Um,
Don't say 15.
for someone like me, the craziest part is I had to learn from my business that it's good to have a team. Here's why.
Yeah.
I've had situations where government house, oh, Sifon, you brought these things, sit down here. This person gives Sifon this money, right? I'm there for 3 hours. 18 nearly killed me. 15 naira, no collect. I had delivered a product. But product, more or less. And then on my way back, I'm just thinking, why these guys do me like this? Is it because I just came by myself?
Yeah.
And then I realized that if I went with a team of people,
That's true.
so you have to understand when you're walking into a lion's den.
That's true. You don't go
Yeah, no,
isolated. You're not isolated.
Yeah, much as we sit down here and try to bring solutions to this problem with men trying to always oppress females and even guys.
Yeah, you have
In case guy never checked you before.
It's home training that I'm talking about.
Let's
Now.
let
No, what you say? No, it's not. When I said home training, I did not want to go into those specifics. But I do not want to seem homophobic. No, yeah, so we don't seem homophobic.
Yeah,
I won't say it.
you don't have to feel that way.
But it's the reality
No,
of
see,
things.
the thing is,
It is.
whatever you are, keep it to yourself, right? Don't try to force it down my throat. Don't try to convince me that that's what's good for me. If it's good for you, cheers. So someone like me now, I understand. For instance, let me give an example. For instance, if a married lady texts me on my Instagram to make findings about traditional shoes for her brother and some friends, and you start texting me, hey dear, or you text me past 11 p.m. or you start, you respond to my post with love emojis, bro, I'm not doing business with you. Because when you say, Sifon, bring these shoes and let us try, I'll tell you how close I'm like, oh yeah, 10 o'clock is fine. And then I come and I'm seeing people that I'm comfortable with and they are telling me, oh, wait a bit, sometimes it gets to 12. It happens. I've had a married woman send me, these people have not fixed me right. Send me a picture and you're standing in front of the mirror with something very short and stuff. So I understand now that I want something and it may be challenges up front or on the spot. I find people that can help me grab that hook without having to get into the process.
I'm sorry for what you went through.
I'm sorry for that.
Jason, speak your truth.
I need to switch this up.
Oh, yeah.
No, I need to switch it for time factor. Before we leave, and my crew, they are beginning to do me like this. So I'm going to just randomly give you this paper. Just pick the paper.
You know, I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
I saw him playing with it, so it's important to him.
So we need to just know each other a little bit. I wish we had time, but it was a little bit time. Just pick something. Then as you're picking, pick a lady. Pick a lady. This one pick a lady, so now you're picking. Pick a lady you want to ask a question.
Can we change?
You cannot change it.
And you pick a guy you want to ask. You ladies pick a guy you want to ask a question. I think so we're going to start from
Okay, mine is not that serious, but it's something that's
so it's more like getting
Mine is
getting deep in Jesus' room. So we're speaking about people factor. So we're just going to ask each other. So Aniebet, let's start with you.
why me?
That's true. You skipped it.
No, I just picked the ladies first, bro.
Alright, I feel it.
Why did you skip him?
Ladies
Ladies
first.
first.
No, but this Chimamanda will not be happy with that.
Right.
Good thing she's
No, you pick
No,
somebody. Pick a guy you want to ask that question.
Okay, it's not even for me. Praise the Lord.
Pick a guy you want to ask that question.
Yeah, that's a nice
I thought this question was for me.
You pick a lady you want to ask.
Yeah.
Do you pick? Okay, Sifon.
What's the bad habit you're not willing to change?
Wow.
Not willing to change.
Wow.
To be honest, right? I have a bad habit I'm trying to change. I'm not sure I have I'm not sure I have something I'm not willing to change. Yeah.
Okay.
I have one that is very difficult. I'm working on it. Yeah.
Please share with
I wish
us.
it's very best.
You share it important.
You want to ask a question?
Me.
Yeah, it's
Jennifer.
easy.
Okay.
What's something simple that makes you smile?
That's nice.
Something simple that makes me smile. There are plenty, walai. I smile a lot. I smile a lot, so there are plenty.
Like,
Let's pick one.
Just wink at me.
Oh!
I was about to say you smile at me, smiling.
On
Baby, don't say
I'm
anything.
smiling at you, I'm smiling at you.
This is
Oh, baby, don't say
this is
anything.
about pick a guy here.
Is this David I'm picking? Okay, so the question is, what do you wish your parents knew about you?
Oh,
That they don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, that they don't know.
yeah. What do I wish my parents
Knew about you.
that you don't know. Oh, Iggy. Just ask.
That's heavy. You have to pick something PG.
me.
No, but I would realistically, I would say that I wish they understood that as much as I'm a very heavy people pleaser, right?
Okay.
And so I wish they knew that it's difficult for me to. I'm a first son. It's difficult for me to take on a lot of not expectations as it relates to responsibility, but expectations as it relates to making everybody happy.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm not talking about my immediate family now, right? I come from two very large families and two very difficult to manage families, and sometimes there's a lot of expectation. For example, there are cousins that are coming in from the UK, there are cousins that are around, there are cousins, and we're all cousins together. There's an expectation of me. I'm not the oldest cousin there is, but there's an expectation of me to be the glue.
Yeah, so
And because I'm the jovial, I'm the MC, but at the end of the day, I'm a very big ambivert. There's a very big balance between me being extroverted. I know when to be an extrovert. There are places where I want to be an extrovert.
you're English.
Sorry. I am tired of the expectation of bringing everybody together.
Okay.
It's hard.
Okay.
It's hard for me.
Choose someone you want to ask questions.
I've acquired to you. I received that. But sis, what do you miss about your childhood?
What do you miss about my childhood?
Are you playing?
I really want to know what your childhood was like. That's why I asked.
No bills. No bills.
Exactly. That's right.
No, let her tell me.
Challenge.
She's correct. I mean, all this pressure being an adult was not there. What is waking up by 5 to run a business? It wasn't there. The highest was go to school, come back, throw your school bag, on the bed, eat, sleep. I miss that freedom to. There was no pressure at the start to do anything.
You miss scheduled holidays. No, serious, as an adult, nobody will give you say.
Mr. Satoshi.
I
Pick a lady.
Okay.
Pick a lady.
So it's not so.
It's small.
Let me
But
pick
not
a
so bad.
When was the last
Okay.
time you did something for the first time and what was that?
Sorry.
Last time you did something for the first time.
When was the last time you did something for the first time? And what was that?
Never forget your
I tell you.
You have to tell us, spicy.
I couldn't think.
Give her wine.
So the game is you have only one pass. So she has taken a pass. Someone else took a pass. You took a pass. You say you can't say.
Yeah.
Which is
She said you can't
So
say.
like answer that I don't have.
That is you
You
can't
know,
say.
you
You
can't
say
say
no,
I
you
don't
can't
have
have
any
it.
bad
You don't
habit
want to
that
change.
I don't want to change. You're the one that I have and I try to change them.
But tell us about your past.
Say it for our hearing.
So yes, you don't know right.
Okay, let me pick a lady.
One day.
My turn. My turn.
Okay.
I have
She's not alive yet.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Go
true.
around for everyone.
Okay, Pius, I'm picking you. Okay, my question is, what's the insecurity about yourself you've gotten over? What's the insecurity about yourself you've gotten over?
Okay. Okay. I didn't used to know how to face crowd. I used to stutter a lot. Inside, I can say so much if I'm comfortable with people. In cases where I see faces I'm not so comfortable with, I just stutter. It's something I'm working on. I think I'll try it here.
Mrs. Demo, how about you? Can you answer the question? That question.
This particular
This
question.
particular
What's
question.
the insecurity about yourself you've gotten over?
I think the insecurity was about my looks. Yes,
Mm.
I'm not really comfortable with how I look. And it messed with my self-esteem for a very long time. Yes, and if I had the finances and then, I think I would have undergone a cosmetic surgery, to be very honest with you.
Are you serious?
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Good.
All through university, I used to clothe myself in a way that my body does not show, so that you will not see what I'm lacking, you get, and everything. But I think I've gotten to that point where I'm much more comfortable now.
Because you're very fine.
Oh, thanks a million minutes.
That's not my. I'm in this group. I'm calling them Mrs. Because everybody for our family don't
Don't marry.
Yeah.
Answer the question.
Okay, so I think I share the same thing with Mrs. Ewa, but I think on a broader scale. Being that, coming from a family that almost everybody's fair.
Yeah.
Everyone is either looking like Barbies.
That's right.
Just so
I feel
beautiful
you.
and
I
fine.
feel you. I feel you.
And then there you are walking behind them or beside them like a
What the
bodyguard.
fuck?
Nah, it used to mess me up.
We're about to round up. My crew, they are begging me. So just
Yeah, it used to mess me up. It used to mess me up a lot. And then my brother, my older brother, sorry, but I think for the first time I'll say this.
No.
Okay. My older brother used to do something that used to get to me. On my sibling's birthday, the girls, we will post on his Facebook, oh, happy birthday to my not so little sister. Then when it gets to my birthday, that's not why you, okay, now happy birthday.
Oh, so it got to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I never used to do it. So I used to get to me like, oh, okay. But I think, that now I'm like, as far I know, as man, as woman.
So I gave another paper. So we're going to start with C4 now. Pick another person.
Can we get both guy, girl,
A
anyone?
guy, a girl, anyone.
Who do you miss the most at this moment?
Satoshi.
Okay.
Who do I miss the most?
I mean, I know, but
My mom.
bro, stop.
My mom.
My
mom. I'm giving an answer. Let me ask.
Honest answer.
Very honest, bro. Very honest. I'm asking you guys, what would you do for free without asking for money till you grow old?
This, I'll always share whatever I know. So let me share something funny, right? People know that I make shoes. I never used to be the guy that would come out and talk about my brand. Taking us back to what we were discussing earlier on, I think that businesses are dynamic. You can take out time to try to understand what you're doing, grow it before you come out on social media, right? I'm still not that guy that will come out and shout about my business, and not because I wouldn't want to. This is the thing. Once you begin to put it out there, I'm this, the expectation and the pressure can creep in. You know, when someone was asked, I used to battle with, how do I call it now? What's it called? Feeling like you're so.
You're not good enough.
Is it imposter syndrome?
Yeah, that's it.
Because I could sing, can cook more than almost all the females that I know.
Right.
And then I'm making shoes, and then I'm a talkative. So I used to always ask myself, God, these things where you give me, which way, which one?
Yeah.
So it used to bother me a lot. We used to sing when we were in school.
Yeah. Symphony. That was his
So now that I'm up here, like age-wise, experience-wise, I'm talking to people too, I understand that you can actually be all of those
You
things,
can actually.
but not to the same extent.
That's true.
That's what people fail to understand. You want to be an MC the same way you're a chef, the same level you are in this. God gives us, or nature gives us energy in measurements, for instance. So let's say a bottle. You're the one who decides what you're watering with it. Energy will not be the same for everything.
You are removing this.
So you remove that part, you find that to be not so good in some, and that's
Miss
okay.
Jennifer, don't mind.
Okay,
Pick someone and ask a question.
I
Don't mind.
want to pick a lady. So,
You're
okay.
free.
Miss Onyebe, you. What's the worst thing you've lied about?
Yeah. Working on
I can think of one.
For her or on yours? Your
For
part?
her,
do you
for her.
know?
She's to speak. Let her speak.
No, I will not speak for her now.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to speak, Sha.
Oh.
One thing I'm glad about the most is my family. That's because I don't want to spill everything. So that people that just give you a response and go. But you don't push further.
You feel bad about it when
No,
for the right reasons.
Wow.
Okay, thank
That's
you very much.
serious.
Yeah. Miss Satoshi,
Okay.
ask your question. Pick someone and ask a question.
Oh,
We're rounding up now.
Yeah.
My madam is
Pass
looking
me.
at me.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the compliment you wish you received more?
Okay, the compliment I wish I received more would be that that I am a tall girl.
Never.
That's a tall dream.
That's that.
Very dark.
Okay, so should I ask somebody?
Yeah.
So guys, this is to you. What scares you the most?
Cockroaches. I hate the smell when you kill them. And I hate seeing them around. I hate it.
I thought you were the phone street.
Prince David, ask a question. We're rounding up now. Pick someone and ask a question. I said the airport make you fresh.
To the love of my life, Esther Omo. What would you want? Esther said I'm a 10th husband, number 10.
Wow,
What
position.
would you, Adio, what would you want to create if you were to create something that would ease the world right now? That's a very nice
Yeah,
question.
that's serious.
Create a cure for cancer.
Oh,
Oh.
Applaudisse. Simple.
man.
The same answer. man.
Satoshi. You have created Satoshi for us.
Cure for cancer.
How about you?
It can be me.
What would you like to create right now that will change the world? Ease the world.
Bro.
What?
There's a lot of stuff. I think the easiest one would be something to show what we're thinking. Like on your forehead, it just says,
No, I better go.
No,
like,
that's-
Dirty mind.
I think that would give more harm than good. Not to
See.
dirty mind.
Oh, yes.
I'll create true love to go round. Too
Oh.
much divorces everywhere.
True
So
love.
very
Is
young.
that true
Must
love?
be
without
very
Uche,
young.
is that true love?
love.
So we need true love. They can share.
I will create
Satoshi, what
abundance of food.
What do you want to say?
Okay, if I was to have that power, I would like to create a system where the unbanked can be banked. Like, what I'm saying so is not many people have access to financial system in the person. And I didn't want to bring this in. I was trying as hard to push it. Anytime I'm in a conversation like this, I try so hard not to talk about blockchain, but I don't know how to.
So you feel we should know about blockchain?
No,
Awareness.
aside that, I think blockchain, what it's doing, it's helpful. Like it's trying to find your bank. Not many people know about it. And I would love to create a system like that.
Thank you very much. Please, has everyone asked their second question?
Chess.
No, everyone.
Okay. Before we close, ask your question.
So I would ask you,
What's that, guys? Okay.
when was the last time you gave someone a compliment? What did you tell the person?
And I've been funny, no.
That's nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been wonderful having these beautiful people in the house. Big shout out to Mrs. Ewong and Miss Enebe Francis, Sifon Bespoke, Jennifer, Mr. Satoshi Pius, Prince David, and our #1 influencer on Twitter, Akwa Ibom District, Miss Esther Omo. Big shout out to the Bomb, big shout out to the Nectar crew for making this happen. Uche, my rich friend, Mayo, Divine, Eli, all the way from Lagos.
Oh.
Prince, I see you. Zaddy is home, I see you. I don't know your name, I wish you so. Mr. Blaze, and beautiful Lady Fortune. You guys are, thank you. You guys are amazing. That's the English. Thank you very much. It's Jason from Cuba. Hey, hey.